upcoming. We got SummerSlam and we got All Out coming up, or All In, excuse me. All Out is also coming up, but All In SummerSlam. And, the primary thing that, I was going to bring up is it's kind of like, I don't go to sleep and dream of these storylines they're telling for SummerSlam. And it's nothing around here has really fucking got me by the soul other than the feud of the year, Drew McIntyre, CM Punk. Longevity wise, I think that Rock and Cody and all that hit higher highs. But other than that, I could really take or leave a lot of the primary angles that they got going on here. The juxtaposition, the surprising thing in that is I'm also pretty sure we're going to get a lot of good matches and a good show. Absolutely. So that's what's interesting about it is I could take or leave a lot of the stuff, especially this Rhea Liv thing. I've been over it for a while. I've been over the whole Judgment Day thing for a while. I'm over a lot of stuff that they have going on, but I still expect the show and the matches to be very, very good. I'm very excited. I'm excited about Priest and Gunther. I'm excited about Logan Paul, LA Knight. I'm excited about both women's matches. Bayley, Nia Jax should be very good. And of course, Drew, CM Punk. I think putting Seth Rollins, involving him as the special referee, is a little bit of a hat on a hat. I wouldn't have done that for the first time that Drew and Punk are going to touch in this feud. I would have saved that. I would have just let these two have the whole entire spotlight just on them and beat the ever-loving fucking dog shit out of each other. But it is what it is. Will still be a great match. Feels like you feel similarly to me that angles, the TV, kind of take it or leave it, not super inspiring. It doesn't move me, as my man True here often says.
Don't move me at all.
But I expect the show and the matches to be real good.
Yeah, so I think the one thing that is almost annoying me a little bit is that I know where Punk, Drew, and Seth is kind of headed. And with the return of Bad Blood, it almost feels like we're in 1997 again. And I think that's the one thing that annoys me is because I'm like, oh, Punk, you and your damn, your Brett cosplay, mixing in with the goddamn HBK Undertaker shit. Like, like I'm almost certain the Hell in a Cell is going to happen at Bad Blood. It's just almost because what WWE's doing now, they're doing a lot of love letters to professional wrestling. But their own professional wrestling, not they're not doing love letters to like WCW War Games. They're giving you pretty much their own idea of what War Games should be. So I'm anxious to see how it turns out. Once again, I love Punk being clear, getting back to it. Really excited about that, but also I just could have done without Seth. Really could have done without Seth in this. And I get that he's been a part of this entire time, basically. Like, he's been intersected into that. And I get that Punk is like, hey, this would be probably cool. We'll give it a little SummerSlam, 97. And it's just like, all right, like, I guess that's what they're doing here. But there's so many different stories involved in this that, like, Punk and Seth, there's Drew and Seth, there's Punk and Drew. And then on the side of that, like, Seth didn't necessarily, if you remember, when Seth was heading into WrestleMania, there was that Gunther and Seth promo, I believe, right? I think they had like a moment. Yeah. And so we've never revisited that, which is something we could eventually come back to. And I mean, I think a lot of us expect the crowning of our guy as champion. So with that, there's also that elephant, Seth said he can't challenge for the championship as long as Damian Priest is champion. Well, once Damian Priest loses that belt, there's that. And I think a lot of people love to see that match with Seth and him. So there's good things on the horizon. The Rock just recently wrapped filming of his new movie. So he's got some free time on his hands. Solo Sikoa did open up his mouth and mention Roman Reigns in a promo. And so you see everything starting to take shape. So I fully believe post SummerSlam heading into the Survivor Series run, because I think WWE now does things with the big four in mind. Basically, it's like, how do we get to Survivor Series from SummerSlam? Okay, how do we go from WrestleMania to SummerSlam? This is all laid out long-term planning, basically. So I'm anxious to see what happens from August through November. Pretty sure we'll see the final boss very soon. Pretty sure we'll see like 3 other Samoans show up, including Roman. There's a couple guys who, one's already signed, and there's like others kind of like, there. So I will say I'm still not interested in Cody versus Solo at all. It's just not doing it for me. And Jacob Fatu is amazing. He's great. I think there's a chance that him and I think Tama Tonga are going to win the tag team championships.
Yeah.
I think that's something. If they do what I think they might do, and try to put all the titles on the bloodline, I don't think it's happening. But boy, if it does, I don't. I'm Triple H. I might have some words for you, brother, because Solo as WWE champion. Not even wrong.
I want to go back to, because I had an interesting thought. I could see a scenario where Rollins interferes on behalf of Gunther and says, and I could see it in my mind, him mouthing the words like, "This is Punk's fault. Punk made this happen. Like, this is all Punk's fault." You know what I'm saying? Like, trying to blame Punk's interference on putting them in that situation where he's not going to get a shot at the title anymore. And then it just continues, building up the heat between all of these guys, into where he had to make that decision and pull off that bullshit. So, a couple of guys, big time DAR guys. We've been on the Gunther thing for a long time, the LA Knight thing for a long time. Excited for those matches. Like I've been saying, I think Nia Jax Bayley is going to be a fantastic match. Excited to see
for
that.
Sure.
AEW. Very interesting. You would not have expected, for the storylines, for the push, for the build of these two major shows. To me, right now, AEW in that category is absolutely fucking clearing WWE. As far as compelling television, compelling things that I want to see. Dynamite is so interesting on a week-to-week basis, because it's like they'll start off with something great. They'll have something somewhere in the middle that's fucking great. This week it was Mariah May, Toni Storm. And then they'll have usually something real good at the end. And then there's always some JoJo bullshit somewhere in the middle. That
usually Chris Jericho. It's usually Chris Jericho.
It's usually Chris Jericho. That's absolutely what it was this week. Yeah. That is just has no fucking place. It fucking goes on and on and on for fucking ever. I swear to God that fucking Suzuki Jericho match was longer than HBK and Brett at fucking WrestleMania 12. I don't know how it's possible, but I swear to God it felt like it was longer. Holy fuck, it was so fucking bad, and it went so fucking long. God damn it, man. But both the women's angles are fucking fantastic. Camille finally debuting as the heater for fucking Mercedes. Fantastic fucking position for her to be in. I don't know why Mercedes had to have heels on. Should have emphasized the size difference between Camille and fucking Mercedes. Whatever. Little details. Super pumped about that. It's an awesome build, especially since, Britt Baker had a fucking heater too, who happens to be from around that area that they're going to be in.
That's going to be a huge pop. Huge pop on the way.
There. Interesting match. The other women's match. Tony and Mariah. We said Punk. We've said Punk Drew. We said The Rock Cody from earlier on this year. But I think the personal favorite of this podcast is this fucking Tony Mariah thing. We've been on it from the beginning. It came to fruition, and it was even 10 times better than we thought it was going to be when it fucking happened. Tony was so damn good, both on Dynamite and on Collision. amazing promos. This is fucking fantastic. I'm so that match. They're gonna beat the hell out of each other. That match is gonna be fucking amazing.
Lots of color in that match. I believe it.
The world title match. Danielson, Swerve. Man, just on so many levels. Like a guy from the Washington area who probably looks up to fucking Danielson in so many levels. Now he's the champ. And this is Danielson's last shot at the belt. 50,000 fucking people. I saw some goddamn morons out there talking about, oh, well, you haven't fucking built this story enough. What the fuck do you need built for you? This is one of the hottest champions in the fucking business going against an all-time great with his last shot in front of 50,000 motherfuckers. I'm fucking sold. I don't need a fucking story to tell me anything else about that. That is fucking phenomenal.
I don't need a story, but I would like the focus to be on it a little bit more.
I think it will be now. I think it will be. We still have
I think what they did was they were so focused on blood and guts and also setting up what I believe is the eventual Hangman Swerve 4 that I think AEW has always done that, where they tell multiple stories intertwining, and they've been doing that for a while now. You know, they intertwine the Hangman and Swerve with Samoa Joe and in all of that too, and then they've intertwined stories. So I hope Danielson is on Dynamite this week. I'm pretty sure he will be. Sure he will be. So I'm looking forward to that. I think the match itself, Danielson is gonna go. He's going to wrestle like his life depends on it, and we've seen him at maximum levels before. And we've seen Swerve at maximum levels before. And I think they both want to put on something that could be considered the greatest match ever. I know from personally hearing from certain people that they absolutely want to make the greatest stadium match that's ever happened in professional wrestling. I don't know how much time they're going to be given. I would assume about 30, 35. But I mean, you give those two guys 30, 35 minutes to go out there, they will put on a fucking show. Obviously, Bryan Danielson, his career is winding down. This is pretty much it for him. You're not going to get him to take it easy. He might fuck himself up and injure himself, but he will go.
For all intents and purposes, going to be his last match in front of a crowd like that. So
yeah, so he is going to go. I mean, I think his last final big. I mean, he said he's going to wrestle forever, which I do believe he will have that one occasional match here and there, or maybe wrestle in independence and locally in Washington just because that's something he wants to do. But the high profile part of his career is winding down, and I think he is comfortable with setting into a position of power in AEW, kind of, assisting with creativity and training these talents. He's worked with several wrestlers in AEW to help them get better. He worked with Jade Cargill before she left, and I know he's kind of had a little bit to do with some of the Red Velvet stuff, her improvement as well. He is very, very integral into what AEW is doing for their future, and I think All In. It sucks, man. Danielson's been one of my favorites, and
gonna be bittersweet. Absolutely.
It's like watching, it's like, when Shawn Michaels retired, I was like, well, I've had him around for a long time, and he just had one of my favorite all-time WrestleMania matches the year prior, and then he goes out there with Undertaker and puts on another great fucking match, and it's just like, he's been around my entire life. It's okay if he leaves. It's all right. Danielson, he's been around for 20 plus 30 fucking over 30 years, but it just feels like you're still so fucking good, man, and there's so many guys that still want you to go out there and wrestle. It's like shit. But then I think about it, I used to get mad after a while too, after Shawn Michaels retired, because I was like, damn, man, AJ Styles came to fucking WWE and Shawn Michaels wants to be retired and shit. Like, damn you, Shawn. Like, imagine if you were just here, you were available. And so, you don't want to lose out on the dream matches. But unfortunately, dream matches are going to remain dream matches. Like, Bret Hart versus Kurt Angle was a dream match of mine. And it's like, we never got it. Bryan Danielson versus Kurt Angle was a dream match. We got a form of it, I think, in the Royal Rumble or something like that when Kurt Angle was barely hanging on. And it's like dream matches are dream matches. You don't always get your dream matches. Hell, CM Punk versus Kenny Omega was a dream match of mine. And some of you people, you ruined it. So, you know, it's bittersweet. Kudos to Bryan Danielson. Amazing career. I am excited to see what you do at All In. I'm scared to see what you do at All In as well. Don't hurt yourself any more than you have already. But I want to bring up something really quick. The Jack Perry photo.
I wonder if it was going to be what I'm about to ask you about.
So I just got to say this. Everybody online does not realize all of this shit is just jokes. It's just fun for Punk and Drew. Drew does not give a damn about Jack Perry.
The photo, yeah.
That's one. Two, Drew does not care about CM Punk. There's some people who said, "Oh, Punk and Drew don't get along. They don't like each other." That's not true. It's not a true thing. They don't dislike each other. It's just they're playing it up to give you the idea that this is real. They have worked together on this. They have been professional, consummate professionals. I think people need to leave a lot of this stuff alone and stop feeding into it. It's just a fun thing. It's just fun. It's just fun. Like, oh, look, Cry Me a River. He's with Jack Perry. Jack Perry doesn't even care. Jack Perry is riding this wave of CM Punk. Made me even more famous by choking me out. It's a very strange thing to get famous by, but he is riding this wave and it's working for him in some way, shape, or form. He's gonna ride it. I'm not mad at Jack.
I was gonna ask because I find it interesting. It's another thing that I'm looking forward to is this Darby Allin Jack Perry situation. Yeah. I think both of those guys are going to go. I mean, we already know that Jack Perry will fucking push things past the point of good fucking sense. From both the CM Punk situation and, in some people's opinion, this last weekend or last Dynamite. And then Darby Allin is fucking Darby Allin, the king of crazy shit. And I know sometimes you haven't been moved by what Jack Perry's doing, but I think he's really starting to come into his own in this kind of like a Raven vibe, starting to kind of sink into a little bit of a Raven vibe with some of his mannerisms and some of the way. I mean, Raven's fucking brilliant. I'm just saying it is giving me some of the vibes.
He gotta bite somebody's shit to get better. Yeah, he gotta bite somebody's shit to get better. So
I like what he's doing. I'm excited for this match.
I'm excited because I think they're both going to go crazy and they're both going to do crazy shit. And I love Darby because Darby is a lunatic and he will go to no end to put on a show. And Jack Perry is also, I mean, he has his methods, but yeah, I think Jack Perry also will do the same. And I just want to say, like, I still think Jack Perry is a little dipshit, but at the same time, I think that's really who he is. And I think that him being that type of person it's like, hey, be yourself. The best characters in wrestling are when you're yourself. I don't think his promo is fully developed to where it needs to yet, but it doesn't have to. Really, it doesn't have to develop where to that point yet because he's still growing. He's still a very young guy. Like, it's not like Jack Perry's like 35, 40, and we're like, oh, he's been around for like 15 years.
Very young.
He has
in the game. Yeah,
many years. So I don't want to give him too much grace because he's, like I say, still a little dipshit. But I think you're taking what you have and you're making it work. The rest of his group that he's in, I could do without tag team champions because they don't move me at all. Okada, yeah. I mean, it's Okada, but it's just I think the Okada with the Mercedes thing the other week, he was like, "You do your dance." Like, I thought that was funny. It's pretty funny, but it's like Okada is just having fun. Okada's not there to be the best wrestler in the world that he was when he was in New Japan. He was like doing. He's not there for that. He's there to have fun and get his paychecks. If I was getting paid millions of dollars to just show up and thirst over Mercedes Monet, I'd be probably a happy man too. So I think Jack Perry becoming the most interesting thing about the Elite is the funniest shit ever to me. It's actually the most hilarious bit of irony, considering that I was like, no, I don't want him. I don't want him. Like, can we get anybody else? And then I'm like, wow, that shows how bad the Bucks can be when they're like over the top pompous characters, because they're just not like, they're all jackasses, but it doesn't work. It just doesn't work for me. It just doesn't work for me. But yeah, like I said, Jack Perry, he has to get some credit. He's improving and stepping up his game, and I think that's what, when people talk about Punk and his issue with him, I don't think people realize that Punk actually liked Jack Perry. Like, he did not have a problem with Jack Perry. I just think Punk was just tired of the elite circle, and that just ended up festering in that way. But I think under the surface, and I'm pretty sure they've squashed, they don't have any issues with each other anymore. I think he probably likes the fact that Jack Perry is doing what he's doing and running with it. And as far as the Raven undertones, Raven to me is one of the greatest characters in professional wrestling history, and somehow one of the most underrated guys. ECW does not become what ECW became without Raven being that he was the heel in ECW. Yeah. Like Tommy Dreamer was there. Yeah. Sandman was the anti-hero, but and Sandman and Raven, boy, some of those, they went there. They went there.
Oh yeah.
So I think Raven's a great template. If you're looking for some inspiration, Raven is an amazing template to start with. So it pains me to say this, but kudos to Jack Perry.
Kudos to both leagues. We think that SummerSlam is probably going to be rocking
for sure.
All Out, 10 times better than last year. 10 times better than last year. Super looking forward to it. Check out our interview with Darius Lockhart, Ashe Wrestling. Incredible stuff. Incredible movement being made in the industry. Lovely interview. Check us out. We got another NFL divisional preview coming up real soon. It should be up on the page right now whenever we post this. So check on it. Look out for that. We got our college football show coming up. We're planning on starting that up at about August 14th. We're going to have college football for you guys weekly as well. We added a bunch of new gunslingers to our Outlaw gang last week, so be looking out for content that they're posting on this page, and they will be getting worked into the shows as well. The family is growing. The lineup of shows is growing. The content is growing. God damn it. The world of DAR. It never stops.
Niggas steady talking, but they can't main. 8 chests in its form on the same thing. 20 years in, rolling with the same gang. You can say what you want, niggas ain't changed. Niggas ain't changed, 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 niggas ain't changed.
I let it get too far, bearing the cross like Knights Templar. For my children, I'm the exemplar. Gem star, twinkle in my kids' eyes, it makes me want to cry. Self-prophecy, not accepting mediocrity. Socrates was a thief, shame on the democracy. Dealing with enough, let alone the cops blocking me. Anything else is obsolete. Forsake Pete, I will defeat all that lays at my feet. Keep the biz discreet. $1,000 vacation homes with expensive feasts. Some niggas say they friends but lie through their teeth. Loose lips, pillow talking and shit. Getting themselves in the mix, plotting on your chick. But I ain't changed a bit. I'm as real as it gets. Still pounding my fist. Shock Sports is a hit. All my time in the grid. DAR Media, we send it a blitz. Fuck all the glamour and glitz, yeah.
Niggas steady talking, but they can't main. 8 chests in its form on the same thing. 20 years in, rolling with the same gang. You can say what you want, niggas ain't changed. Niggas ain't changed, 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 niggas ain't changed. Flow mastered, dope habits, wrote couplets, flow patterns. Justin Jefferson with catches, you can see the toe dragging. Old spasms, old fashions, Pelly, old classics, old Bama, roll tide, but I ain't doing no passing. Got these people claiming gangster, no you ain't that dog. Even producers turning shaky, yeah you ain't that dog. Niggas is bitch made pussy, yeah you ain't that dog. But I seen this shit coming, trust me, let me think back dog. They tell me that karma's a bitch and how it came back dog. I supported all of them artists when they ain't back y'all. See it's funny, this industry, you couldn't change that dog. So when I see them play their tactics, I just aim that dog. Cause these niggas ain't been that honest, but no loyalty. I said we needed royalties, and motherfuckers went and looked astonished. This is candid, but it's random. If you think of show and promise, cause they hate you if you asking questions before moving onward. These MCs are in it only now for opportunities. Place missing checks, a tagline that done influenced them. But see, this is obvious, and even now no unity in fighting black men not of the same community. Damn, now who we are? Not real ones, I see it clear. Niggas steady talking, but they can't, man. 8 chests in this form on the same thing. 20 years in, rolling with the same gang. You can say what you want, niggas ain't changed. Niggas ain't changed, 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 niggas ain't changed. Niggas steady talking, but they can't, man. 8 chests in this form on the same thing. 20 years in, rolling with the same gang. You can say what you want, niggas ain't changed. Niggas ain't changed, 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 niggas ain't changed.